2020 is coming to an end. Thank goodness. And with that, 2021 is just a few days away, and if you haven't already, it's time to start strategizing on what big moves you're going to make in 2021 so that you can win and bring value to all facets of your life. In this video, we're going to focus on setting achievable financial goals for 2021 and beyond. And if this is your first time doing this, as long as you stick with it, you'll be a changed person as you round out this year and start planning for next year. You'll be amazed with what you can accomplish when you dedicate yourself and commit to a goal that you've put into action. My name is Jordan Lubin, and here on the Value Way of Life channel, we're going to explore how you can bring value to all facets of your life. So like this video, subscribe, click that bell for notifications on new content. We're grateful for your support as we walk with you in bringing value to your life. All right, so as we look at setting goals for 2021 and beyond, we're going to start at a macro level and then we're going to zoom in. First, we're going to talk about take-home pay. Oftentimes, when people are thinking about how much money do I make, they're talking about their salary. But this isn't a good reflection of the money that you'll actually have to work with for making your financial goals, because you still need to take out taxes and any other payments that you're making on benefits or 401k contributions. So look at what you're actually taking home in your paycheck each pay period, multiply that by 26, which includes those glorious 3 paycheck months, and that is your annual take-home pay number. This is the big number that you have to work with to live your lifestyle and save for these financial goals. Next, we need to look at what your expenses are. So with your expenses, take a look at a few months of your checking account statements, credit card statements, things like that, to come up with what you believe to be your repeating expenses that you have each month. This is things like rent, this is gas, groceries, utilities, any debt payments, everything that repeats on a monthly basis, and put that all on a line, multiply it by 12, and now you have your annual expenses. And honestly, if you've made it this far, you're ahead of a lot of people. Most people, they just get their paycheck and they go spend money. Sometimes it's out to eat 50 times, sometimes we're buying some new toys. People don't necessarily know how much they have to work with and what they're spending it on. So you're ahead of the game. And now it's time to put this in the value equation. So take your take-home pay minus your expenses, and what you have left is your annual value money that you can use to plan these financial plans that are really going to help you achieve your goals and dreams financially. If that number is not positive, you know what you need to work on. You got to get those expenses down to reality so that you're not going to end up racking up a bunch of credit card debt, where at the end of 2021 you look back and you're in a worse situation than you were today. Now we're going to talk about the goal plan. And this is a document that we created. There's a link in the description. It's a free download, and it's just a document that helps you stay accountable and true to your financial goals. So first, let's talk about goal setting. In the bottom, there's a 1-year, a 5-year, and a 10-year section. And take some time to really come up with what are my financial goals based on that value number that I have that I want to spend towards this year, in 5 years, in 10 years, and come up with your why. These need to be real reasons why you're not overspending each month because you're saving towards something bigger. For example, I've got one in the 10-year where I really would like to pay off my mortgage so that I no longer have one of the biggest expense items on my whole budget. And so when I look at that, and I look at my current contribution in my value equation, I don't think that I have enough money to make that happen within 10 years. So that's a motivator for me to even have to go increase my income line in order to get to this point. So it helps me wake up in the morning and do a good job at work just so that I can increase that income line and get closer to that goal within 10 years. Another example would be maybe you find yourself renting and you're kind of getting sick of the apartment lifestyle and you really want to work towards owning a house and having a mortgage where you can start putting aside that rent payment actually towards some equity. So for you, look in a region that you'd like to buy at this point, see what the average home price is, and come up with that 20% down payment number. And that could be your 1-year goal, that could be your 5-year goal. whatever that number is, put it in there and see where you want to be setting aside your value money towards that goal. Maybe you want to take all of your value money this year, just put it in the down payment category. And then by the home buying season the following year, you're ready to go. You're ready to pull the trigger, and this will help you make an even better, more informed decision on the home that you'd like to buy. Again, I'm just emphasizing, really take some time on these goals, because these goals need to be your why. They need to be able to motivate you to achieve what you never thought possible. If you're just simply saving up for maybe a trivial toy, you might find yourself in July spending that money that you saved towards the toy to just buy something else now because of instant gratification. I suffer from that all the time. So these need to be deeper than that. So really take some time and dive into what you really want to be in 5 years. What's going to make you better today than you were yesterday? What do you want to be in 10 years? What are you working for? What are you working for educationally? Is it going back to school? Well, do you need to set some money aside in order to be able to pay for that? Otherwise, you'd just be going into debt, and then you got to get back out of debt, which extends this timeline. Lastly, we come to the monthly habitual, I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel section of this form, but it's going to keep you accountable throughout those periods of just not feeling like you can achieve these goals. And it really comes down to two things. It comes down to budgeting, and it comes down to this accountability. So take your expenses that you've listed and basically make them into a budget. So there are a lot of good budgeting apps out there for free. Check them out. If you're a spreadsheets person, put this in a spreadsheet. If you just want to write it in a notebook, you just need to be diligent at taking what you have expected for expenses and then actually logging your true spend throughout the month against those expense categories to make sure that you're on track and not overspending in any of those categories. The second thing is that goal plan. So you've got in the header section there the monthly contribution towards your annual goal this year. And basically what you want to do is, as you complete each month, put in the actual amount that you saved against your commitment. And so, for example, if your commitment is $1,000 a month, maybe this month you put $1,100 in there. That's great. And also take a note in there and just say, how did I get an extra $100 in here? Maybe you went out to eat 2 less times. So just write that in there. That's exciting and motivating for you to see and look back on. And then maybe there's another month where you went way under. Maybe you only contributed $500 because you had a car repair. Just write car repair in there. Maybe it's because you went out to eat 2 extra times. Write that in there as well. This is your accountability tool to be able to achieve these goals, again, even if you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So put this on your fridge, put this on your mirror in your bathroom, somewhere where you see it every day and you really know why you're waking up in the morning if you're going to work or something like that. This is your why. This is what's going to get you to be better than you were yesterday. The link's in the description. Please go ahead and download that. It's going to really help you stay accountable in making these goals truly a reality. And I'll say, Henry Ford once said, whether you think that you can or you think that you can't, you're right. So think that you can, know that you can. You just did the work to see that it's actually possible to achieve these goals. And so get out there and win in 2021 and beyond. If you found you got a lot of value out of this content today, please hit the like button and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications as we drop additional content so that we can continue to explore with you ways that you can provide value in your context. Thanks for watching.